is all eroded. Is wrote it down so it would good.
528 feet.
It's fit that just where it shelves off is 50 foot,
And then that's where, like, I guess you could say damaged is 40 foot wide.
this one here.
Yeah.
So there's probably 10 foot off the house. It's flat, and then it's probably a good 30 foot down to the tree line. And that's pretty aggressive. And you said she does not want a retaining wall?
Said she did not want a retaining wall.
Then she's gonna have to pay for about 15 dump trucks to run for 3 days with nothing but topsoil.
Which is a lot more than retaining wall.
And then
She said,
of drain pipes.
specifically, she said that she'd love a third option. The first two had such a wide range in pricing.
Hey Drew, will you hand me the 11? Wrench. Should be that top drawer on the left.
Feel like John Seaman.
Rest gets
She said what?
Never ends, man.
Yeah, I'm sure they do vary in prices because there's no access for dump trucks back there. So
No.
everything you dump off is going to either have to use the Hydrema or bucket it in.
Yep. Not good. I wonder how old her house is.
It looks like an older neighborhood.
Well, and she's probably shit out of luck on that deal then.
15 or 20 years probably, I would say.
Yeah. No,
And there's a creek back there, so I don't know how much we can disturb that without getting the city involved.
even a wall that tall, they're going to want engineering for, and inspections and a fence on top of it and all that.
You'd have to shelf the wall. You'd have to do retaining wall, or retaining wall.
Yeah. Well, I probably better call, her son's actually the one that called me. I better call him and say this.
Is that turbo on there yet?
No. This is the worst part right here.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's going on?
Not too much. I'm up to this thing in Iowa, just on a little break here.
Oh yeah.
So, what's
Well,
happening?
I just letting you know I went by and looked at your mom's place.
Yeah.
Um,
What were your thoughts on that?
well, it's not great.
Yeah.
How old is her house? Do you know?
Oh man, I don't know. They've lived there for maybe 5 or 6, 7 years, somewhere in there. But I don't know when those were built. You know, probably.
It's not a new one by any means. Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, obviously we can see the problem. It's with the snow on the ground, it's kind of difficult to see, even if we were able to see the cause. I would imagine that with that much grass growing on there, it would have been fine. I think they're so interested in the idea of a wall. I think she's been approached by somebody wanting to build a wall already.
Yeah.
But after seeing the scale of that thing, it would be that size. You know, the city's going to want engineering and a fence on top of it, and that'd be a big monster deal.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some investigation on some geofabrics and things of that nature that might work, but the height and length of that hill, I mean, it's going to be it's not a super simple fix. You know, like I told you on the phone before, I'd hate to spend a bunch of money and then not have it work, you know. So,
And I think that's honestly probably where she's at in her head. You know, they're not going to go put in a $50,000 or $100,000 fix into a $300,000 house. That,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's why she's at the point to where, like, if I could just get somebody to come back here and bring in dirt and refill this and maybe put some geotile or something like that, and then try to plant grass on it. You know, if they can get a couple more years out of it, I think that's probably. It wouldn't make any sense to go put a $100,000 retaining wall in that house. You know what I mean?
Well, it almost makes me wonder. It almost makes me wonder if it's worth having an engineer take a look at it. You know, I mean, you're going to spend some money on engineering, but at least they'd be able to say that whatever you do is a definite fix as long as it's built right. You know.
Yeah. I just think even if you did bring in an engineer, it wouldn't be worth. They wouldn't want to spend the money on it. It wouldn't be worth it for that house.
Yeah.
Because if you know what I'm saying.
Give me an 11mm deep well.
So,
Top right drawer.
Well, I think the other option that could potentially work is sheet piles. Which,
what are those?
well, they're big long sheets of almost corrugated steel that lock together, and they get put in with a vibratory hammer and go way down deep in the ground.
Oh, you're talking for like erosion control.
Yeah, I like that. If we did a series of those, and then just barely covered them up, maybe they would provide that deep support, that's causing all that to slough off of there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like something like that is a good 5-year fix.
Yeah, it's still going
And
to
I think
be pricey, but it's cheaper than building a big old monster wall.
Yeah. So what do you think would happen if you just went back in there and packed dirt back in there?
Well, I think it could. I mean, I couldn't guarantee that it wouldn't happen again, and you're probably going to spend. I mean, we've either got to retrieve the dirt that's down there already and put it back in place and hope it doesn't do it again, or bring more dirt in. In either case, I could still see you spending 15 or 20 grand.
Yeah.
And then nobody's got any guarantee that it's even going to work.
Right.
I don't know. I'm gonna do a little bit of research and see if I come up with any solutions on my own as far as geofabric or something like that that's a little bit more affordable.
Okay.
And then hopefully in the meantime that snow comes off of there, and I might make another run back out there and see if I can identify an issue. Like for instance, if there's sump pump or downspouts that are buried underground, got covered up at some point that I can see there's a huge wet spot, or something that's causing that to happen.
Yeah. I just think it's that neighborhood brought in a bunch of shitty fill, and that thing's so steep it's just not strong enough to hold it, and you get all that water running down that hill, from their house and just that whole hillside,
Could be.
But it's a bad deal for sure. I appreciate you looking at it.
Yeah, no worries. Well, I just want to call and give you an update and let you know we're working on it. So.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Hey, do you know, I need for our office there on Highway Z, I need to get like 5 truckloads. Do you know anywhere that we can get that from, or anybody's trying to get rid of shit right now?
How quick do you need it?
I mean, within the next month or so.
Oh, yeah, we could probably do that for you.
Okay. You, sometimes you have shit you need to get rid
Oh,
of,
yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah, relatively
Okay.
often. Yeah, I don't have anything right this very second, but I can have pretty soon.
All right. Well, will you let me know when you need to go dump some stuff?
Yeah.
I just need 5 truckloads, so.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as we get off the phone, I'll put it on my board and
Okay.
keep an eye out for something.
Cool. Sounds good, dude. I appreciate it.
Yep, thanks.
Talk to you.
Bye. How's it going out there? Shit.
I've already got 6 loads that I pulled out from that fire, which is why it wasn't burning.
6 loads of what?
Dirt.
What happened with the other guys this morning? Justin and Zach. What's their situation?
They were trying to hydrovac some utilities. Something froze. He did just text me and say they got it, figured out.
So I don't
But-
need to rush so hard to get this thing done of the show.
No, you don't have to rush too bad. They got a hydrovac to uncover some utilities for a driveway we got to cut in, and
Why do these suck so bad?
we couldn't get it working. So they're supposed to be antifreezing the pumps and lines and stuff when they winterize them. I guess they missed something or opened a drain valve up whenever the rental company did it. But I think they tracked it down because they said they got it working. So either that or they were doing something stupid and figured out what they were doing. But we'll figure that out. I don't know, man. Wintertime sucks. Wintertime sucks real bad.
Has a diesel shop that has an EGR delete kit in stock.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
What do you need?
EGR delete
If anybody who has a diesel shop on YouTube has an EGR delete kit in stock on shelf
for a
that
6
we can pick up for a 6-liter, I think 2007.
that'd be cool.
That'd be very nice.
Luckily, we live in a state where the majority of people have better things to be concerned about than an EGR cooler on a truck, so we can.
Anyway, the reason we're doing all this is we know there's a fiber line that runs underground here somewhere, and we don't want to hit it. So, if you don't know, this is a vac trailer. A lot of these are on trucks, but basically it's a giant vacuum, and as he sprays the dirt, it hardens in the mud, and then he sucks it up with that vacuum. And just keep doing that until you find the wire you're looking for, or utility, or whatever's under there. A lot of fun. So I'm guessing the house is gonna go just behind where the machine is now. Nice and open. Good spot. What happened with it earlier?
It froze up. Valve was froze up. I wasn't letting the water through.
How'd you fix it?
Turned it on and off a bunch of times. Once we figured out which one it was.
And of course, right where they're working, all the plows have plowed the snow into the ditch, so it's 2 foot deep of snow right there. Have to keep tracking through it back and forth. Great. Anyway, if you don't know, this big tank on the back, once it's full, it opens up and dumps everything out of there. This is their water storage tank, so you can see how much water they've got left. And yeah, that's how we do it.
Got it? That was neat.
He's claiming he's seen a black phone line somewhere in here whenever there's no snow.
Just sitting on the ground.
That's what I see. But all theirs is above head. I see no phone pedestals or nothing.
What's that orange and white flag?
This one? Oh. Yeah, there is another flag here. Caution, sensitive lines in this area, high profile.
So it's just a warning flag. Right?
Yeah, but there's 3 of them running right here. So there might be another line running right